Smriti-Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavad-pada Shankaram Lokashankaram Sadashiva-samarambham Shankaracharya-madhyamam Asmadacharya-paryantam Vande Guru-paramparam. Today is a very special day for all of us. We are extremely blessed to be able to meditate on Devi's lotus feet on such an auspicious day. Today is Mahashivratri day. Today is the Jayanti of our beloved Acharya Swamiji. We prostrate at his feet and seek his blessings. Now, because of his blessings, we have been able to go this far. Mookapanchashati, Padaravinda Shatakam, now Shloka 85.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Saltama Mama? Kavetrastam padat kisalayam aranyantaramagat param rekha rupam kamalamamumeva shritamabhut jitanam kamakshi vitayamapi yuktam paribhave videse vaso va sharanagamanam va nijaripoho.
Tavatrastam padat kisalayam aranyantaram agat. Kisalayam is, we have seen before, the tender plant, the shoot. Tava padat trastam. Trastam means afraid. Afraid of your foot, the shoot, the tender plant, aranyantaram agat. Aranyantaram means inside the forest, deep inside the forest. Agat went. Because the tender plant was afraid of your lotus foot, it went inside the deep forest because it could not face competition. Param rekha rupam kamalam amumeva ashritam abhut. Param means but. Kamalam, the lotus itself, what did it do? Amumeva, the lotus foot itself of the Devi, rekha rupam ashritam abhut. Ashritam means it took refuge. The lotus took refuge in the Devi's lotus foot. In what form? In the form of rekha, in the form of mark. You know, there are several rekhas in lotus feet. We have seen before. Padma rekha, Shankha rekha, Chakra rekha, so many other rekhas we have seen before. So this Kamala rekha is there. In the Kamala has taken the form of a rekha. The lotus has taken the form of a rekha. Amumeva means this lotus foot itself. Ashritam, refuge. Abhut, took refuge. So the Kisalaya, the tender foot, was afraid. It went inside the forest. But the lotus took refuge in the same lotus foot where it got defeated. Now he says the beautiful generalization he does of the two incidents. Jitanam kamakshi dvitayamapi yuktam paribhave. Jitanam, one who has been defeated, those who have been defeated, dvitayamapi yuktam paribhave. Paribhave, when they are disgraced, in the state of disgrace, when they have been disgraced, dvitayamapi, these two alone, yuktam or appropriate. Which two are appropriate? He is saying. Videshe vaso va sharana gamanam va nijaripoho. Either you leave that country and go to some other country. That is one option. Videshe vaso va, living in another country, going on exile. That is one. Other option is Sharana-gamanam va nijaripoho. Nijaripoho, one's own enemy. Sharana-gamanam, taking refuge. So there are only two options. Either you leave the country and go on exile to another country, or you take refuge in your own enemy. That is what these two have done. Kisalaya, the tender foot, the tender shoot has gone inside the forest, sort of exile from the lotus foot, and the other one, lotus, took the form of a rekha, the mark on the lotus foot. Next.
गृहीत्वा याथार्थ्यं निगमवचसां देशिककृपा कटाक्षार्कज्योतिः शमितममता बन्धतमसः यतन्ते कामाक्षी प्रतिदिवसमन्तर्दृढयितुं त्वदीयं पादाब्जं सुकृतपरिपाकेन सुजनाः.
Last line, Twadiyam Padabjam, your lotus foot. Abja is lotus, we have seen before. Your lotus foot, Sujanaha, those who are virtuous, Yatante, they make attempts. They make attempts in regard to your lotus foot. How they are able to make attempts? Sukrita Paripakena, because of the fruition. Paripaka is fruition. Cooking, we have seen before. Pakashala is kitchen. Paka is cooking. So Paripaka is fruition. Some effort which bears fruition is called Paripaka, becomes mature. Sukrita Paripaka, all their religious merit which they have acquired over several births have now taken fruition. Because of that, they are attempting. They are attempting what? Pratidivasam antardradhayutam. Pratidivasam, every day, every time, every minute. Antaha, that means inside their hearts. Dradhayutam, to make it firm. Dridha is there in all Indian languages also. Dridha means firm. Dradhayutam, to make it firm. Samantaha, divasam antaha dradhayutam. Antaha, inside their heart, they want to make it firm. What they want to make it firm? Tadiyam padabhyam, your lotus foot. How they are able to do this? Because of the fruition of their merit, religious merit acquired over several janmas. Now, how do they do that? For doing this, what is the attempt they are doing? Grihitva yatharthyam nigamavachasam deshika kripa kataksha arkajyotihi shamita mamata bandha tamasaha. Nigamavachasam yatharthyam grihitva. Nigama is Vedas. Nigama vachasam, the words of Vedas. Yatharthyam, the truth. Yatharthyam means truth. Yathartha means truth. Yatharthyam, the quality of truth. That means you have to go at the truth. You have to attempt to understand the truth of the words of Vedas, not just the wordy meaning. Wordy meaning may not sometimes be enough. So, not the direct meaning of the word, implied meaning, indirect. That's why we have commentaries for Vedas. So, the words of the Vedas, Yatharthyam, the true import of those Vedas, Grihitva, having understood, having taken hold of. Deshika kripa kataksha arkajyotihi shamita mamata bandha tamasaha. How they got this nigamavachasam yatharthyam grihitva? How they could manage this? It's a very difficult task. Because of the kripa of the Guru. Deshika kripa kataksha. Deshika means Guru. We have seen before. Kripa of the Guru, kripa kataksha. The sidelong glance of the Guru. The sidelong glance of the Guru. Deshika kripa kataksha. Compassionate sidelong glance of the Guru. Because of that, they were able to understand the true import of the Vedas. And because of that, Arkajyotihi Shamita Mamata Bandha Tamasaha. That Kataksha is not just Kataksha, not just any glance from any eye. It is the special sidelong glance of our own Guru. So it is not ordinary glance, it is Arkajyotihi. Arka means Surya. Surya Jyotihi. It is like the light of the sun. Because there is a light of the sun coming from his eyes, what happened? Shamita mamata bandha tamasaha. Shamita means subdued, overcome. What has been overcome? Mamata bandha tamasaha. Tamasa means darkness. Once there is a light, Arkajyoti, from his sidelong glance, from Guru's sidelong glance, the darkness is gone, driven away. Which darkness? Mamata bandha. Mamata is mineness. We always claim, I've seen it before. This body is mine. This house is mine. This wealth is mine. This wife is mine. These children are mine. So this mine, this mineness is mama means my. Mamata, mineness. That mamata bandha. Because of that mamata, you are chained to mundane interests. You are chained to the mundane interest, worldly interests. So those worldly bonds have to be destroyed, arising out of mamata. So that darkness removed. The thing Guru's kripa. Because of that, these virtuous people were able to understand the true import of Vedas, and they are trying to form lotus feet in their hearts every time, Prati Divasam. So we are very lucky that we are talking about Deshika Kripa Kataksha today, being the Jayanti day of our own Acharya Swamiji. So we are having a lot of connection of what we are studying and what is happening today. We are very lucky. Next.
जडानामभ्यम्ब स्मरणसमये त्वच्चरणयोः भ्रमल्मन्तक्ष्माभृत् घुमघुमित सिन्धुप्रतिभटाः प्रसन्ना कामाक्षी प्रसभमदरस्पन्दनकरा भवन्ति स्वच्छन्दं प्रकृतिपरिपक्वा भणितयः.
What happens due to the blessing of Kamakshi? That is the question which is being answered. Many things happen. One very interesting thing is mentioned here. Jadanam api. Jada is a stupid fellow, a fool. Even fools, Jadanam api, Amba, O mother, Smarana samaye tvacharanayoho. Tvacharanayoho smarana samaye. When they think of, at the time they think of your feet, at the time when they think of your feet, even for stupid people, forget about wise people, even for stupid, ignorant people, what happens? Last line. Prakriti paripakva bhanitayaha swachandam bhavanti. From their mouths emerge words. Bhanitayaha means words. What kind of words? He is a fool, but he is able to speak such words. What kind of words? Prakriti paripakva. Pakka is written there, that is wrong. Pakva is correct. Prakriti paripakva. It is matured by nature. By nature. That is, the words are very mature. The words he speaks are totally in contradiction to his stupidity. He is speaking very mature words, very wise words. Prakriti paripakva, not artificially wise words. They are wise by nature. As if a jnani is speaking, he is speaking. Prakriti paripakva. Very mature by nature. Bhavanti, they become. The bhanitayaha bhavanti. The words become like that. Swachandam, without any effort, on their own. This fellow is not making an effort. He is able to speak on his own this kind of words. Prasannaha, very happy, very clear. Both meanings apply. Very happy, very clear. The words are very clear and he is very happy. Prasabham adhara spandanakara. When he speaks, he is overcome by feelings, emotions. Because of the emotions, prasabham means by force. By force, adhara, the lips, spandanakara, they are throbbing. Spandana is throbbing. The lips are throbbing by force when he speaks. That means he is overcome by emotion. That kind of emotion filled words, he is able to speak. Even a fool is able to speak because of your grace. Now he is giving one more description for the word. Brahman mantak shmabhrit ghuma ghumita, not dhuma. It is written as dhuma here in translation. And the original Sanskrit also is wrong. Ghumugumita Sindhu Ghumagumita, not Gumu, Ghumagumita Sindhu Pratibhataha. Now he is giving an example for the way the words are emerging from his mouth. Brahman Mantak Shmabhriti. Shmabhriti means mountain, we have seen before. Shma means earth, Bhriti means supporter, one which is supporting the earth. That is mountain. Mountain is supporting the earth, according to our Shastras, we have seen it before. Shmabhriti means mountain. Mantak Shmabhriti means Manthara mountain. During Samudra Manthanam, Manthara mountain was used as the churning rod. So Brahman, when the churning takes place, when it is rotating, Brahman means when it is rotating. When the Manthara mountain is rotating, what happens? Ghumu Ghumita Sindhu Pratibhataha. Sindhu means ocean, the milk ocean where this is happening. From there, water is coming out, drops of water, because such a agitation is taking place in the ocean, then naturally water is splashing all around, isn't it? So how is it splashing? Ghuma ghumita, ghum ghum, like that sound is coming, making it so poetically expressive. So ghuma ghumita means ghum ghum sound is coming from this kind of churning action. With that sound, a lot of water, in this case milk, of course, is dropping, splashing on all sides. Pratibhataha. Pratibhata is an enemy. Pratibhata means a competitor. Here, what is the competitor? Now, the words coming out of the mouth of this Jada, the stupid fellow, are competing or vying with that splash of milk, which is coming with sound of ghuma ghuma when Manthara is used as a churning rod. That means what? It is coming with so much of force. Our words from the mouth of this ignorant fellow are coming with so much of force and so much of meaning. Prakriti paripakvaha. Svachandam bhavanti. He is not making any special effort. Automatically they are coming. Whenever this fellow thinks of you, whenever your this stupid fellow thinks of your lotus feet, the words are emerging naturally, very mature, automatically, very happy, very clear words, and his lips are throbbing by force, because when the words are emerging and the words are vying with the gumaguma sound produced by the Manthara mountain, used as a churning rod during Samudra Manthanam. Next.
Vahannapyashantam Madhuranidam Hamsakamasau Tamevadatkartum Kimivayatate Keligamane Bhavasyaivanandam Vidadadapi Kamakshi Charanaga Bhavatyastadroham Bhagavati Kimevam Vitanute.
He is putting a question. Sometimes he questions, He is pointing out a contradiction and then puts a question. That's what he does now. Vahannapi ashrantam madhuran enadam hamsakam asau. Asau means this lotus foot. Hamsakam vahan. Hamsaka means the anklet. Hamsaka is anklet as well as swan. So he is using it in two meanings. So Hamsaka is anklet first. Hamsakam vahan, carrying the anklet. This foot is carrying the anklet. Ashrantam madhura ninadam. This anklet is producing ashrantam without getting exhausted. Actively, continuously. Madhura ninadam, very sweet sound. It is producing, your anklet is producing. Tameva adhakkartum kimiva yatate keligamane. Keligamane, when you are walking in sport, keli is sport, gamana is walking. When you are walking in sport, tameva, that same hamsaka, adhakkartum kim yatate. Adhakkartum means to show it in a negative manner. To show it in a negative manner. Adhakkartum means to defeat it. Adha kartam, adha means actually down, to put it down. To put it down, yatate, you are trying, you are making attempt. Kim, why you are making an attempt? Why you are making an attempt to put down the same hamsaka when you are walking in sport, which hamsaka is producing beautiful sound continuously. The question is, why you are defeating or why you are putting down hamsa, the swan? That is the question. He is using a pun in the word hamsaka. So you are wearing anklet, which is producing beautiful sound, but at the same time, when you are working in sport, you are putting down Hamsa, the swan. Why you are doing this? Hamsaka, you like Hamsaka, but you are also defeating Hamsaka. That is the question. Why you are doing this? Bhavasyaiva, same type of question he is asking once again, another question. Bhavasyaiva anandam vedhadat api bhavasya, bhava is Parameshwara. Bhavaya Devaya Namaha, like that it starts. First name is Bhava. Bhava is Parameshwara. Bhavasya eva, even for Bhava, even for Parameshwara, Anandam Vedhadat. You are giving Ananda. You are producing Ananda, bliss, even for Parameshwara. He doesn't need any external bliss. He is self-happy, self-satisfied. But even for him, you are able to produce bliss. Bhavatyaha charanaha, charanaha bhavatyaha, your lotus foot. Tadroham kimevam vitanute, tat, for the same bhava, for the same Parameshwara, droham kimevam vitanute. Why you are committing conspiracy? Why you are committing droha to the same bhava? No, not same bhava. Parameshwara, she is not committing any conspiracy. She is committing conspiracy against bhava. What is bhava? Samsara. So Bhava is Parameshwara as well as Samsara. So your lotus foot is creating bliss even for Parameshwara, but at the same time, it is committing conspiracy, it is working against Samsara, which is Bhava. Why? How? Kim? Hey Bhagavati, hey Kamakshi. That is the question. Beautifully, Hamsa, two meanings, anklet and swan. Similarly, Bhava, Parameshwara and Samsara. So you are carrying your anklet, which is making beautiful sound, but at the same time you are putting down another hamsa, which is the swan, while you are walking in sport. Similarly, you are creating bliss for Bhava, Parameshwara. At the same time, you are conspiring, you are working against the interest of another Bhava, which is samsara. Why? Next.
यदत्यन्तं ताम्यति अलसगति वार्ता स्वपि शिवे तदेतत् कामाक्षि प्रकृतिमृदुलं ते पदयुगं किरीटै सङ्घट्टं कथमिव सुरौघस्य सगते मुनीन्द्राणामस्ते मनसि च कथं सूचिनिशिते.
So another question he is asking about the lotus foot. Second line, Kamakshi, te padayugam, your twin feet, prakriti mridulam. By nature, they are very gentle, very soft by nature. Tat, that kind of foot. Etat, this foot which I am seeing in front of me, yat atyantam tamyati alasagati vartasu api shive. Even when words are spoken, alasagati of your gentle gait. Alasa is gentle, gati is gait. Even when vartas are words, even when words are spoken about your gentle gait, atyantam tamyati, it is subject to grief. It feels miserable. Tamyati means feeling miserable, feeling aggrieved. Atyantam, very much. That is, your feet are so soft that even when somebody is talking about your gentle walk, the feet are not able to tolerate that. Even words are hurting your lotus feet. That is the meaning. Even when we speak words of your lotus, about your lotus foot, the words are hurting. The words may be only about your gentle walk. Even then, they are hurting your lotus feet. Atyantam tamyati. Your foot is subjected to enormous grief, enormous misery. So, next question is, that kind of prakriti mridulam, that kind of gentleness, softness is there in your foot by nature. Now, how is it possible? Kiritaihi sanghattam kathamiva suraughasya sahate. Two questions is asking. Suraughasya, group of devas. Sura augha, augha means group. Group of devas, kiritaihi, their crowns, sanghattam, friction, rubbing. When they prostrate at your feet, their kirita, their crowns are rubbing against your feet. Your foot is so gentle for the lotus foot to bear, sahate, how it tolerates, how it deva. That is one question. Second question is even more tough. Munindranam manasi, the minds of chiefs among munis, the minds of great munis, in their minds, suchi nishite, suchi means needle, nishite means sharp, sharp like needle. Their minds are sharp like needle because they are very intelligent, they are very focused. When you are very intelligent, when you are very focused, we have seen before. Kushagra buddhi, we have seen before, like that. Like Kushagra, very sharp. Kushagra, we are talking about Suchi now. It is even more sharp. Suchi means needle. It is sharp like a needle. There, how you are going and placing your lotus foot? That is the question. Aste means how it is sitting, how it is seated. How your lotus foot is able to be seated in the mind of Munindras when the mind is sharp like needle. Your foot is so gentle, so soft that it cannot take even ordinary words, like even ordinary words said in devotion, like alasagati, like gentle gait. That kind of mridula, prakriti mridula, soft by nature, how it is able to tolerate the rubbing of the crowns of devas when they prostrate, how it is able to go and sit in the needle sharp minds of Munindras. Next.
मनोरंगे मत्के विबुध जन सम्मोद जननी सरग व्यासंगम सरस मृदु संचार सुभगा मनोज्ञा कामाक्षी प्रकटयतु लास्य प्रकरणं रणल मंजीराते चरणयुगली नर्तक वधू.
They are very interesting. Another aspect of very interesting poetry. Te Charana Yugali, last line. Te Charana Yugali Nartaka Vadhu. Charana Yugali, the twin feet. The twin feet are picturized as a dancing girl. Nartaka Vadhu. Vadhu means girl. Nartaka dancing. A dancer girl. Your twin feet are picturized as a dancer girl. When this dancer girl will come and dance in my mind, that is the question. He is asking it in a very poetical manner. Matke manorange. Matke means my. Manorange, the stage of my mind. In the stage of my mind, Vibudha jana sammoda janani. Now he is praising the lotus foot. He is praising the dancer. Now, how is the dancer, the lotus foot? Vibudha jana sammoda janani. Sammoda means happiness, bliss. For devas, Vibudha jana devas, groups of devas. Janani, generating. The lotus foot, the dancer, generates bliss, generates happiness in devas, or you can say in jnanis. Vibudha is devas as well as jnanis. We have seen before. Saraga vyasangam sarasa mridu sanchara subhaga. Sarasa mridu sanchara subhaga. With sweet and soft gait. Sarasa mridu. Sanchara is gait. Sarasa is sweet. Mridu is sweet, soft. With sweet and soft gait. Subhaga, beautiful. This dancer, we are talking about the dancer. The dancer is so beautiful with soft and sweet walk, gait. Saraga Vyasangam. The dancer has also great attachment. Vyasanga is attachment and delight. It means both. It delights in raga. Raga means music. Dancer always follows music, isn't it? So saraga vyasangam. Great attachment, great delight in music. Another meaning, red color. This lotus foot is red color, no? Attachment to red color. Raga is red color as well as raga of the music. So saraga vyasangam. Sarasa Mridu Sanchara Subhaga, that kind of dancer. Manognya, very enchanting, very beautiful. Manognya, robbing my mind. Lasya Prakaranam Prakatayatu. In my mind, in the stage of my mind, let the dancer do a dance. Lasya Prakaranam, process of dance, process of Lasya. Process of Lasya Prakatayatu, show. Let her put up a dance show in my mind of Lasya. Ranan Manjira. How does she do the dance? With the anklets sounding. Ranan Manjira. Manjira is anklets. Ranan is making sounds. When she dances, naturally the anklets are sounding. So the dancer girl, which is the twin foot, with anklets making beautiful sounds, very enchanting. Let her come and do a Lasya dance in the stage of my mind. My mind is the stage, dancing stage. And how is this lotus foot? It generates happiness, bliss in devas or jnanis. And the dancer is so beautiful with such a sweet and gentle gait and delights in raga. Naturally, dancer delights in raga, dancer delights in red color. Next.
Parishkurval Mataha Pashupati Kapardam Charanarat Parachamrit Padmam Paramabhanitinam Cha Makutam Bhavakye Patodho Pariharatu Kamakshi Mamata Paradhinatvam Me Parimushita Patoja Mahima.
Pathoja Mahima. Now again the glory of the lotus foot. Parishkurvan Mataha, O mother. This Charana Rat. Now the twin feet are picturized as a king. Last shloka they were picturized as a dancing girl. Now this time they are picturized as a king. Rat means king, Raja. Charana Rat, your feet as a king. Pashupati Kapardam Parishkurvan. Pashupati is Parameshwara. He is the head of all Pashus, all Jivas. All Jivas are picturized as Pashus and he is Pashupati. So he is the Lord of all Jivas. Pashupati. Kapardam. Kapardam is the matted tresses on his head. The matted tresses on his head is Kaparda. So Parishkurvan, decorating. Parishkurvan is actually purifying. In this case, we will take it as decorating. That means the king, which is your lotus foot, actually decorates the matted tress on the head of Pashupati. How it goes and decorates the head of Pashupati? When he prostrates. When he prostrates to conciliate her, when during times of quarrel of love, this has been mentioned in Saundara Lahari also, in all Devi Granthas, this is mentioned. Parameshwara prostrates to Devi to conciliate her, to make her happy during times of quarrel of love. So at that time, the king, which is your lotus foot, goes and decorates the kaparda, the matted dress of Pashupati. Paracham Hrit Padmam Paramabhanitinam cha Makutam. What else this Charanarat is doing? Paracham Hrit Padmam. Hrit Padmam means the lotus which is the heart. it goes and decorates. Parishkurvan is common for all these descriptions. It goes and decorates the lotus heart of whom? Paracham. That is a very important word. Paracha means one who has departed. Paracha means one who has departed. Those who have departed. Departed from where? Departed from mundane pleasures. That is the implied meaning. Those who have deviated, departed, those who have abandoned worldly pleasures, mundane pleasures, those heart lotus, you go and decorate. Parama Bhaniti Namta Mukutam. Bhaniti is words, Parama, supreme word. What are the supreme words? Vedas. Makutam, crown. Your king, the foot as the king, is actually the crown for Vedic words. The Upanishads are supposed to be the pinnacle of Vedas, the crown of Vedas, and Upanishadic Tattva is Devi's lotus foot. Bhavakye patodhau pariharatu mamata paradhinatvam me parimushite pathoja mahima. Your foot has got some glory. What is that glory? Parimushita pathoja mahima. Pathoja is lotus. Parimushita means robbed, stolen. Your foot has got the glory of having stolen, having robbed the glory of lotus. That kind of foot, there is a prayer now. Bhavakye pathodhau. Pathodhau means ocean. Patha means water. Pathodhau, ocean. The pathoja is also ambuja, like that, you know. Lotus grown in water. That's why it's called pathoja, ambuja, like that. Pathodhau in ocean. What ocean? Bhavakhe pathodhau. Ocean called samsara. Akhe means named, called. Ocean named Bhava. Ocean named samsara. In that, mamata paradhinatvam. I am completely subservient. I am completely a slave of what? Mamata. I am completely a slave of mamata. I am completely a slave of mindness. Me mamata paradhinatvam pariharatu. Let it remove. Pariharatu means let it remove. Let the king, which is your lotus foot, remove the slavery of my mind to mindness, which is struggling in the ocean of samsara, because your foot has got such a glory that it has defeated the lotus, of the glory of the lotus. Not only that, it decorates the matted tresses of Sakshat Pashupati himself when he prostrates, and it decorates the lotus hearts of those who have said no to worldly interests, who have abandoned worldly interests, such munis. And your lotus foot, the king, is also the crown for Vedas, that is the Upanishads. Next.
Prasunai samparkat amaratharuni kuntala bhavaihi abhishtanam danat anishamapi kamakshi namatam swasangat kankeli prasava janakatvena cha shive tridha datte vartam surabiriti pado girisute.
O Kamakshi, O Girisute, O daughter of Himavan. Now he is saying your foot, now he has been picturizing the foot in various ways. We have seen that. Now the present picture is Surabhi. The word Surabhi has got three meanings in Sanskrit. Now he is justifying that the lotus foot should be called Surabhi because all the three meanings apply to this. So why it should not be called Surabhi? That is the question. So let us see how he is justifying the three meanings of Surabhi. Prasunaihi samparkat amara taruni kuntala bhavaihi. The first meaning is fragrance. Surabhi means fragrance. Your foot is having fragrance. Why it is having fragrance? Amara taruni kuntala bhavaihi prasunaihi samparkat. Amara taruni, deva women. Taruni is women. Amara Deva, Deva women, Kuntala, their hair, Bhavaihi Prasunihi. The Prasuna means flowers. The flowers in the hair of the Deva women, Samparkat, by contact, when they come and prostrate at your, they continuously come and prostrate at your feet, and they are wearing very fragrant flowers. Because of that, your foot is always having beautiful fragrance. So that is the first reason why your foot should be called Surabhi. Now next is, second meaning is Kamadhenu. Surabhi is also called Kamadhenu. Abhishtanam Danat Anishamapi Namatam. Namatam Abhishtanam. Namatam, those who worship. Abhishtanam, whatever they desire, the desires of those who worship. Danat Anishamapi. Anisham, there is never a time when somebody worships and does not get his desire fulfilled. Never. So it is always Danat, by giving danam, by granting all the desires to worship. So Surabhi only it is Kamadhenu. Second meaning is also justified. Now third meaning is Surabhi is Vasanta Ritu, spring season. Now how it is justified? Sasangat Sankeli Prasava Janakatvena. Sankeli is Ashoka tree. Sankeli is Ashoka tree. Prasava means Prasava Janaka means generating flowers. It blossoms. Ashoka tree generates flowers, Janakatvena, because of that. How it generates flowers? Sasangat. When it gets in contact with your lotus foot. By contact. Sasangat, by contact. By contact with your lotus foot, Ashoka tree blossoms and gives beautiful flowers. That happens only in spring season. Ashoka tree gives beautiful flowers only in spring season. But whenever your lotus foot gets in touch contact with Ashoka tree, it gives, irrespective of the season, irrespective of whatever time, it gives beautiful flowers, it blossoms. So that is why your foot is always spring season only. Surabhi. So Surabhi is three meanings. First is fragrance, second is Kamadhenu, third is spring season. It is fragrance because it has the fragrance of the flowers on the hair of Deva women when they prostrate. It is Kamadhenu because it is always without fail, granting the desires of those who worship, and it is spring season because it makes Ashoka tree blossom irrespective of whatever season it is by contrast. Because even the feet of chaste women, not even Devi, even the feet of chaste women are capable of making Ashoka tree blossom. That is the belief of Shastra that is mentioned in the Saundarya also. So the same is referred to here. Next.
महामोघस्तेन व्यतिकरभयात् पालयति यो विनिक्षिप्तं स्वस्मिन् निजजनमनोरत्नमनिशौ सरागस्योद्रेकात् सततमपि कामाक्षितरसा किमेवं पादोऽसौ किसलयरुचिं चोरयति ते
Mahamohastena Vyatikara Bhayat Palayati Vinikshiptam Swasmin Nijajana Manoratnam Anisham. Now, the lotus foot is doing something very strange. What it is doing? Swasmin, inside the lotus foot, Vinikshiptam is kept for safe custody. Inside the lotus foot is kept for safe custody. What is kept for safe custody? Nijajana Manoratnam, the jewel of the mind of Nijajana, of her own people. Who is Nijajana? Who is Nija for Devi's lotus foot? Those who worship, those who meditate on her, they are Nijajana, Bhaktajanas. So, for the Bhaktajanas, their mind is like a jewel. So, the jewel is always kept in safe custody. So where it is kept in safe custody? In your lotus foot. That means what? They are constantly thinking of your lotus foot. That is presented in such a beautiful way. Now, what is your lotus foot doing? It is protecting that Manoratnam, that jewel which has been kept inside the lotus foot, which is the treasure, that is being protected. Yaha palayati, it protects. It protects from what danger? Maha mohastena vyatikara bhayat. Vyatikara is calamity, misfortune. What for? Sena means thief. There is a thief who is waiting to take away this jewel. Now, who is the thief? Maha moha, great delusion. We have seen it before. Because we don't have jnana, we always mistake the transient for the permanent. We always mistake the bad for the good. That kind of delusion is always with us. That is Maha Moha. That is a thief, Tena. Vyatikara, that is the thief which he is going to cause us grief. Vyatikara is misfortune, calamity. So that bhaya, that fear is there. From that fear, this lotus foot protects that jewel, which is the manas. Now, the imagery is very clear. Sir Agastyodrekat Satatamapi Sarasa Kisalaya Rukim Sorayati. Now, see, a protector cannot become a thief, isn't it? A person who is a watchman, who is a guard, is supposed to guard, isn't it? That's what we just saw. The lotus foot is guarding with great interest the manas of the munis. But it is going and stealing, Chaurayati. Stealing what? Kisalaya Rukim, Asavapadaha, the same lotus foot, this foot, Kisalaya Rukim, the shine of the tender plant, the shine of the shoot, it goes and steals, Chaurayati, Tarasa, by force. It doesn't give a chance to Kisalayuruki to even fight. By force, it goes and steals. Tatatam, always. Ragasya Udrekati. Why it goes and steals? He is giving a reason for this. Ragasya Udrekati. Udreka means preponderance, exuberance. Preponderance, exuberance. Ragasya, excess. Raga means attachment. Because of attachment, it goes and steals. So attachment to what? Attachment to red color. Because Kisalaya is having, Raga has got both meanings. Raga has got a meaning of red color as well as attachment. Now he is beautifully playing with the words. Because the lotus foot has got attachment to the red color, it goes and steals by force the shine of the tender plant. How it is, Kim? How it does it? Because you are supposed to be a protector. How you go and how you become a thief all of a sudden? That is the question. You are protecting the jewel of the manas of the minds of Nijajana, of Bhaktajanas, and you are keeping it like a safe custody, Vinikshiptam, Palayati, you are protecting from the fear of the misfortune of the thief of the great delusion. Next.
सदा स्वादुङ्कारं विषयलहरीशालिकणिकां समास्वाद्य श्रान्तं हृदयशुकपोतं जननि मे कृपाजाले हाले क्षणमगिषि कामाक्षिरभसात् गृहीत्वा रुन्धीताः तव पदयुगी Panjarapute.
Padayugi Panjarapute. Your twin lotus foot. Now, see, every time there is a different picture. Now, this we should forget the previous picture, concentrate on the present picture. Then only we can enjoy the imagery. The twin lotus foot is like a panjara, like a cage. Like a cage. Puta means the hollow of the cage, the inside of the cage. Inside the cage of your lotus feet, you should do something, he is saying. Sada swadunkaram vishayalahari shalikanikam may hridaya my heart like a parrot. Shuka Potam, young parrot. Potam means young one of a parrot, child parrot. My Hridaya is like a young one of a parrot. And what does it do? Sada Swadunkaram Vishelahari Shalikan. Sada, always. Swadunkaram, assuming that it is sweet. Swadunkaram means not Swadu really. Swadu means sweet. Swadunkaram means considering it is sweet. What it is considering as sweet? Vishayalahari Shali Kanikam. Shali means rice grains. Kanika means small grain, broken rice grains. Broken rice grains. Shalyannam we say. When we do Nevedya, we say Shalyannam because it is made of rice. Shali Kanikam. The broken rice grains. Vishayalahari. What is the broken rice grain? Which is being considered very sweet by my mind. My mind considers it very sweet. What is that? Vishaya Lahari, the wave of mundane interest. Vishaya, mundane matters, mundane interest, worldly interest. It is coming like a wave. Constantly it is coming. And constantly I am thinking it is very sweet. They are actually broken food, broken rice grains. Will anybody care for broken rice grains? My mind is like a young one of a parrot. Young one of a parrot doesn't know what is a broken rice grain. So it thinks it is very sweet. Samaswadya. It has been tasting it. Samaswadya, tasting. Swadunkaram Samaswadya. Assuming it is very sweet, it has been tasting this broken grain and it has become Shrantam. It has become tired. Having tasting these broken rice grains constantly, it has become tired. So what you should do? Halekshana Mahishi. Now this is a beautiful address to Kamakshi. Halekshana Mahishi, Kamakshi. Halekshana is Shiva. Shiva's consort. Mahishi, consort, wife. Halekshana. Hala means forehead. Ikshana means eye. One who is having eye in his forehead. Nobody is having eye in his forehead, isn't it? Shiva is the only one who has got the third eye in his forehead, so it refers to Shiva. So Shiva's consort. Oh Kamakshi, who are Shiva's consort, what you should do with that Shukapota, that young one of a parrot, which is my Hridaya, Rabhasat, by force. Don't give any chance to it. By force, Kripajale Grihitva, in the jala, in the net of your compassion, you catch hold of this Grihitva, catch hold of this parrot, in the net of your compassion, by force, and keep it inside the Padayugi Panjara, keep it inside the cage of your lotus foot. Rundhitaha. Rundhitaha means Rundhitas Tave. There is no rather. That's why I was getting a little bit confused. Rundhitas Tave. Rundhitaras Tave. No, it's not correct. Rundhitaha Tave. Rundhitaha means keep it, Rabhasati by force, keep it there. Rundhitaha means hold it there. Hold it inside the cage of your lotus foot. What should be held? My Hridaya Sukapota, the young one of a parrot, which is my Hridaya. By using your net of compassion, catch hold of it and keep it inside the cage because it is very tired, having been tasting, assuming it is very sweet, broken food grain, rice grain, which are actually the waves of Vishaya, mundane matters, mundane interests. Halekshana Mahishi. Next.
Dhunanam Kamakshi Smaranalava Matrena Jadima Jvara Prodhim Gooda Sthiti Nigamanai Kunja Kuhare Alabhyam Sarvesham Katichana Labhante Sukrutinaha Chirat Anvishyantaga Tava Charana Siddhaushadam Idam.
One point I want to mention in the previous sloka. The Phalekshana Mahishi, the Shiva reference, has got an indirect beauty in that. Shiva, by using his Phalekshana, by using his third eye, burnt Manmatha. Such a strong person By your sidelong glance, you made him your slave. That is the indirect meaning. You made him your slave, such a strong person who burnt Manmata to ashes, strong of heart. Now, why you cannot control the small young one of a parrot, which is my mind? That is the indirect meaning. Now, next. Dhunanam Kamakshi. I think the sloka has been changed on the screen by mistake. Dhunanam Kamakshi Smaranalava Matrena Jadima Jora Praudhim Gudhasthiti Nigama Naikunja Kuhare Charana Siddha Aushadham Idam. Last line. Idam, this Charana, foot. Siddha Aushadham. The lotus foot is now picturized as a Siddha Aushadham, Siddha medicine. You know, there are various medicines, Ayurveda medicine, Siddha medicine. Now we are talking about Siddha medicine. Success. Now, what does it do? Dhunanam Smaranalava Marapabhim Gudasthiti Nigama Naikunja Kuhim. Dhunanam, removing. How do it remove? Because it is a medicine, no? It is Siddha medicine. So it is able to remove the intense fever of Jadima, of ignorance. What fever it removes? Not our body fever. It removes the fever of ignorance, Jadima, inertia. How? Smarana lavamatrena. By a mere thought. Lava means very small. Lava is very small. Very small thought, very tiny thought. Matrena, by mere tiny thought of your lotus foot, it goes and removes the ignorance, which is like a intense fever. This medicine removes that intense fever. Gudasthiti Nigama Naikunja Kuhare. This is also where I can find this medicine. This medicine, where to find? Nigama Naikunja Kuhare. Nigama means Vedas. Nikunja means Lata Griha. Nikunja is like a garden. Nikunja is garden. Nikunja is a word which you might have seen in Radha Krishna stories. Lot of Nikunjas are there in Vrindavan. This Nikunja, that Nikunja, where Radha and Krishna were playing. Nikunja is play garden, sporting garden. So, Nigama Naikunja Kuhare. Kuhara means the inside, the cave, inside area of the garden, which is the Vedas. Inside there, Gudasthiti, it is kept very secretly. Guda means secret. It is kept very secretly. Which is kept very secretly? This medicine. This medicine is kept very secretly inside the pleasure gardens, which are Vedas. Alabhyam sarvesham. Is it available to everybody? Can I go and get this medicine? No. Sarvesham alabhyam. It is not available to all. Who is getting them? Labhante sukritinaha. Only those who have got merit in their account, they get. Sukritinaha. Those who have got religious merit to their account, those who are virtuous people, they get it. Labhante. They attain this medicine. How they get this medicine? Shirat anvishyantaha. They don't get just like that. They don't get just by going and first search. They don't get. Even for them, even for Sukritinaha, Shirat for a long time. Anvishyantaha, searching, seeking, searching for a long time. The good people, the virtuous people get it, and it is not available for all. It is the Siddha Ushadha, it is the Siddha medicine, proven medicine, which is your foot, and it goes and removes the intense fever of ignorance of those who just think once, Smarana Lava Matra, just by mere thought once, small, tiny thought. And where is this medicine? It is in the deep inside the Nikunjas, the pleasure garden of Vedas, very secretly kept, Gudha Sthiti. I think we close for the day and invite questions.
Please unmute yourself and ask questions if you have.
நமஸ்காரம் மாமா, ஒரே ஒரு டவுட். இந்த 94வது கடைசி லைன்ல யுகியா யுகலியா
94
கடைசி லைன்ல ருந்திதாஸ் சரண யுகியா யுகலியா.
இல்ல ருந்திதாஸ் தவ பதயுகி பஞ்சர புட்டே. பதயுகி பஞ்சர புட்டே. யுகி means twin. Yugi, Yugala, Yugali both mean the same. Here using the word Yugi.
இல்ல இந்த புக்ல கூட என்னோட புக்ல கூட சரண யுகலி பஞ்சர புடேன்னு இருக்கு.
அப்படியா? ஓகே.
ருந்திதா சரண யுகலி பஞ்சர புடே அப்படின்னு.
Here he is saying Rundita tava padayugi panjara. Both mean the same. Meaning is the same.
Okay, thank you.